Once again, now with Black Friday sales in the rearview mirror, the wary shopper might assume the must-have toys of the 2018 Christmas season have been stripped from the shelves. Actually, what if we tell you that it's not the case, or at least not yet? Before you blast out the door with your holiday shopping list in hand, take a moment to understand how to choose an age-appropriate toy. In a way, our reporter Mlungisi Khumalo is today playing Santa. He has a long list of toys to choose from. Let's cross live to him now in Durban. Mdungwa, a very good morning to you. Which are the most popular toys this year?
Hi Desiree, and a warm welcome to our viewers at home. Yes, like you mentioned earlier on, the Christmas and the festive season is upon us all, and of course millions of children across the globe will be expecting Santa Claus to actually give them their toys of their dream. But for some parents, unfortunately, they will have to play the roles of Santa Claus. But you've just asked me that which is the most popular toy this festive season. Well, fear not, I've got an expert with me, Nicole van Vieren from Toys R Us, who will just give us the Jeffrey's best of the best toys of the year. Like I mentioned earlier on, that children all across the globe will be expecting Santa Claus to give them their favorite toys. But of course, Nicole van Vieren will then, of course, shed lights to that. Thank you very much, Nicole, for giving us your time. It's that time of the year and children across the globe are expecting to choose their favorite toys. Which are some of the best toys so far?
Well, obviously there's a wide variety of Jeffrey's best of the best picks. Like you said, maybe Santa won't be coming, maybe it'll be Jeffrey the Toys R Us giraffe. He'll come and visit those kids. But yeah, I mean, just from a top toy point of view, obviously tech toys are always huge during Christmas time, as well as gaming products. There's obviously your norms, like your fashion dolls. We've got a great exclusive Tiny Tutus doll. There's also just great like plushy slime. I mean, obviously this year there's been some huge trends, and that's really in the space of slime, unicorns, sparkles. So we've seen these really, really obvious trends coming through, which are obviously going to be the top toys for Christmas.
When I walked here this morning, let's just take a walk, Nicole. You know, I felt like a kid just going through or walking through into a candy shop, and there was such a wide variety to choose from. And you mentioned earlier on that your favorite toy at the moment is the Tiny Tutus. Tell us about it, as I've just spotted it.
Perfect, great. I've actually got one here with me. So this is our Tiny Tutus doll. She is exclusive to Toys R Us. She is a lovely ballerina. So what she has this amazing technology where if you push the top of her head, she spins like a ballerina. And obviously the biggest thing about a toddler doll and obviously a fashion doll is obviously their beautiful faces. And I think this doll really encompasses everything about that.
Yes, and now Nicole, Black Friday was just not so long ago, and of course parents spent most of their monies buying Christmas presents. But have you felt the current economic crunch in our country?
Obviously, the economy is what it is at the moment, but I do think there's the sentiment, especially around Christmas, that you will always give your kids the best, which is obviously great. But we also do have a wide range of products in different price categories, different price points. So we really are catering for every customer and every person out there that wants to spoil their child.
Now, Nicole, there are some children around the globe who are not as fortunate as other children. I mean, their parents cannot afford. You, as Toys R Us, do you have maybe any charity campaigns that you are maybe driving through this festive season and maybe looking after those who are disadvantaged?
Absolutely. So obviously charity is very close to our hearts, and being in the toy and baby space, I think it's more important than ever that we are looking after those that can't get a brand new toy and possibly any other product over Christmas. So we have actually partnered with East Coast Radio on the Toy Story. So during that campaign, which finished a week ago, we raised over 8,000 toys and over 1.2 million rand, which are going to schools, and we delivered the toys to kids who who are in hospital. So yeah, I mean, it's obviously very, very close to our heart. And on top of that as well, we do campaigns throughout the year where we visit different charities and organizations on a monthly basis just to make sure that we're doing our part and we're giving back. Yeah, but like I said, it's really, really close to our hearts, and we're a toy store and we need to give back that joy. And I think there's nothing better than seeing a child with a brand new toy on their very own toy.
I just like what you said. There's nothing better than seeing a child with a brand new toy. Now, I read somewhere that some parents are actually trying to remove their children from being glued into a TV screen. For most parents these days, just want children to go out and play instead of just watching video games throughout the whole entire day. And I've just noticed here you've got a reality game. Tell us more about this one.
Great, so obviously we've got a variety of tech toys. This one in particular is quite awesome. So it's a VR product. So you obviously wear your VR headset and it looks like you're playing sports. So you're either playing cricket or baseball or whatever type of sport that the particular product has in it, or racing. So as much as, yes, there is screen time, there's also this interactivity. So you're not just fixated on the screen, you're having to move and interact. And obviously there's a lot of learnings that goes into all of this for children as well. I mean, we all know that we live in a tech environment and a digital world, and it's only going to go more that way. But I think the best thing about the toys that are coming out is that they're incorporating this great positive, like outdoor moving learning feel with technology and digital. So there's definitely a nice balance happening where people aren't forgetting the positives of playing outside and learning and education.
Just behind me there's a Lego toy over there. I do not know if Nasim Zimela can actually show it. There's more or less your traditional toys. Are those still best selling?
Absolutely, I think, and yeah, I mean, they're definitely evergreens. So our Lego range is incredible. We have the biggest Lego range in the country, and we pride ourselves on having the best pricing, the best range, but definitely traditional products are still huge. I mean, Lego in particular is just such a positive educational product, and I think that's why parents love to buy Lego, because they feel like they're instilling some sort of creativity, and there's just kind of education around the product, which is amazing, and obviously what we like to drive as well.
When I came here yesterday, Nicole, I was very, very amazed. You know, I noticed that as Toys R Us, you are now looking into this whole racial topic. I noticed yesterday now, your toys actually represent the whole racial demographic that we have around the globe. And I actually saw a toy that represents a Chinese person, an Indian person, and a black person. And that is more or less a very topical issue. Tell us about that.
So yes, it is a topical issue, but I think what we all need to realize is that we live in a very diverse world, and we need to make sure that we're catering for everyone, which we are doing in the form of Barbie Fashionista or in all our different dolls. So yeah, and actually across all products. So I think, yeah, it's really important. We live in a diverse world, and we have to be very aware of that. And like I said earlier, we ensure that we have something for everyone, whether it's a price bracket or a demographic bracket or whatever. We make sure that we're always on the beat and on the pulse there.
And just lastly, Nicole, we've just gotten out of a technical recession, and most parents throughout the whole entire globe, they spent the money. In South Africa in particular, I mean, we've seen an increase in petrol price, an increase in VAT, an increase in food. But if you are to advise parents at home, telling them they should come to the shops, go throughout any retail store, buy presents and toys for their children, but if they have a very tight budget, what's your advice to them?
So we definitely have products in different price brackets for parents. I do think it's obviously very important to buy products that you believe are not just possibly toys, but they do have some sort of educational drive. I mean, I know sometimes there is a place where people buy back to school products as Christmas presents, whether it's creative sets or whatever it is that they need for their curriculum or to learn. So it kind of doubles up, but it also makes a lot of sense. At least you really feel like you're adding extra value there.
I'm an adult. Do you have any toys for me, adults like myself?
Absolutely. I feel like adults are probably our best customers. Adults love everything. I mean, I know when I walk into one of our stores, I mean, especially this store, obviously our Gateway store being our biggest store in the country, when I come in here, I'm overwhelmed by how many incredible things there are. So, yes, there's definitely toys for adults.
Thank you very much. That was Nicole van Vieren, who is more or less a toy expert. Like she mentioned earlier on, that they do have toys for adults as well. Now, looking through this shop, I can actually see they've got Legos, they've got Monopoly, and those are still some of your best selling board games, so to speak. Now, Desiree, over back to you in studio.
Toys for adults. Oh my word. Let's take a break.